52 Pickup from 1986 is my VHS watch for the week, and though this has a great cover, it's a Video Treasures edition, and the transfer was not great, but completely watchable. This will stay in my collection. In this movie, Roy Scheider plays a high-level executive of a manufacturing plant, and his wife, played by Ann-Margret, is an aspiring politician. When he has an affair with a younger woman, their existence is threatened by a group of pornographers who are going to blackmail him because they have video evidence of his transgressions. The leader of this group, Raimi, played by John Glover, is a perfect sleaze bucket for this kind of movie, and he was one of the highlights for me for sure. This movie is directed by John Frankenheimer. It's the third Frankenheimer I've covered on this channel, and I believe I can consider myself a fan at this point. This movie hits the right tone of grittiness, sleaziness, and a little bit of camp, with an interesting cast of characters, some serious blood and violence, and a healthy dose of female nudity. If you haven't seen 52 Pickup, I think it's a little bit of a hidden gem among 80s thrillers. Victoria from 2015 is a crime thriller with a major gimmick. It was filmed entirely in one take, which is impressive, especially when you consider that the movie is over 2 hours long. In the film, Laia Costa plays the title character Victoria, who, after a night of partying, meets up with some gentlemen who are at first just hanging out and cavorting in the streets, but then it becomes clear that one of the men owes someone else a favor that involves committing a major crime. So at the core of it, this is a bit of a caper movie, a bank robbery action kind of thing. But the long, uninterrupted nature of the one-take gimmick of the movie gives it a kind of dynamic that you wouldn't normally see in this kind of thing. That makes it unique. I will warn you that for almost the first hour of this movie, nothing very significant happens, and I thought that was an interesting choice. But in my estimation, it does pay off because there's a bond that forms between Victoria and one of the other men that has a hint of Stockholm Syndrome, a hint of the adrenaline levels bonding them together. Plus, there's some drugs involved, and there are some shocking moments later in the film as these two characters try to get themselves out of trouble after the major crime that they committed. I thought Laia Costa was great as Victoria. I'd love to see her in more stuff, and I do recommend this movie, even if you just watch it once. I don't know if I'll ever want to rewatch it because of the slow build-up in the beginning. But if you're willing to risk that on a very immersive payoff, then Victoria is the movie for you. Female Prisoner 701 Scorpion from 1972 is a Japanese women in prison film. I feel like I've seen a handful of women in prison films over the years, and I did cover Hellhole in a recent previous episode. But this one coming out of Japan definitely gives it a distinct flavor that I really enjoyed. In the movie, Meiko Kaji plays Nami Matsushima, a woman who is double-crossed by her former lover, who was an undercover policeman who put her in the line of fire as an undercover agent, and then double-crosses her and has her sent to prison. The movie opens with her trying to escape the prison, which draws the ire of her fellow prisoners, as well as, of course, the guards of the prison. This movie is very gritty, grimy, dirty, and very mean-spirited. The things that the prisoners and the guards do to each other are over-the-top nasty, but what makes this movie special is there's a thin layer of surrealism over the whole thing. There are some really fantastical sequences, stylish colors in the sets, and some good off-kilter camera work that succeeds in making you feel disoriented as you watch the movie. Meiko Kaji's performance is amazing. She is known for her death stare, and she shows it off frequently in this film, and the rest of the cast is great as well. Like any exploitation film worth its salt, this film features tons of explicit violence and female nudity in abundance. This movie is the first in a series, and I do have the box set, so I'm excited to see more. And that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching till the end. And if you like these short movie reviews I do, I have a whole playlist of them on my channel. Thanks again, and I'll see you on the next one.